fantastic. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
cannot see. I cannot. Just give me a second.
Can you see me? Can you pull it down a little? She said,
Yeah, I cannot.
you cannot see me. She cannot see me. No, up a little. How is that?
There you go.
Fantastic.
Wow, you're looking gorgeous.
Thank you
Always.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So let me introduce you, Sergio. Sergio is the CEO from Net Radio Online, and he's the sponsor Connection. Basically, the show that you are right now. So we are very glad you accept to be with us today.
Thank you. You're quite welcome.
Okay, you ready?
I'm absolutely ready. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay.
You want to explain?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What do we turn it off with?
Welcome back to Net Radio Online. This is Hortensia Moreno, your host from Connection. And today we have Athenia Clark. Thank you, Athenia, for being here in the show.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Athenia is a CEO from Island here. It's a TV show, and right now I think the TV show is only TV. That's right?
Yes, coming September, tentatively.
Wonderful. Can you introduce and let us know a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I'm a mother of four. I have four children, and I've been in Canada since I was 8 years old, and I own a salon. I've owned 5 businesses before I owned this salon, and I went to business operation. I took it in DeVry Institute of Technology, and I also did business operation at the Career College. I did journeyman in hairstyling because I owned my own business, and I felt like I needed to have the journeyman behind me to kind of protect yourself, because when you're in business, if you don't have certain criteria, your employee and so forth can kind of hold it against you. So I kind of wanted have my hands on everything in the pot. So yes, I have a journeyman a certificate as well. And I started doing a Facebook Live where I felt like I had to empower people and empower myself. And I had to apologize to the universe and try to make peace with everything before I started. And from there, I landed Island Tea with Althea, which is on Omni Television. And it's a patois show, so that it's a multicultural television station. And it has landed into a bigger, larger position than I thought possible, right? So now it's got to the point where my platform has gotten really huge with a lot of high quality or high profile guests. So that's where I am now. I'm at the midst of trying to get my show to elevate to the next level.
Wonderful. Something that I noticed, and I think it's very important to point that after the TV show on the everyday
absolutely. It started out. It mainly the show started out. The Facebook Live mainly started out with more of my culture, to pull us together, to kind of show that as a team we can be quite successful instead of just an individual. And I find that in my culture, and I mean that could be women in general. We need to do more empowerment for each other. But I found that with us as women, we're really hard on each other and we're hard on ourselves. So I thought if somehow I can just start to empower women and start to pull women together and make things a little bit easier for us, and we could enhance in a larger way. And that's where the Facebook Live kind of started, is more of an empowerment, more of a togetherness in the community. It's pulling our community together.
I know that going through the different steps to be where you are, kind of, how did you get to where you are today? Who or what helped you along the way?
For me, first and most, I think it's God. I feel that you have to move yourself into a different spiritual place, and it has to be sincere. And I think once you get that place and you get that sincerity, I think sky's the limit. Anything is possible. I've had people that have encouraged me to a certain extent, but mainly the reason why I'm where I am, it is my downfall. It really is. It's for every struggle that I've gained that has pushed me further and further. So for me, struggle is what makes me stronger.
Yes. Tell me, how have you approached to the change? How, coming from maybe be working at home or working different fields, going through this process to be right now in the TV.
Sometimes, you know what? I think some things are natural. And you don't get there in one day. I think you actually have to go through the stages in your life to get to that place where it's meant for you. So I've been through so much. I've been through, like I said, 5, 6 businesses of different kind of businesses. I've done different kind of things in my life. I've been bad. I've been up. I've been down. But again, I think if something was meant for you, you need to give yourself that chance to find out what it is. And that means every pain that comes towards you, every disappointment that comes towards you, everything that's negative, balanced with the good, you can't give up. You got to know that these things come into your life for a season and a reason, and you just got to continue with your faith and push on. And I'm at that point now where I just feel unstoppable because I've been through all the stuff that wasn't good, and I understand them, and I know them, and I accept them, and I embrace them with the good and with the bad, and now I'm pushing forward to the good. And I feel this thing of energy, this burst of energy, and I feel like I'm unstoppable because I've gone through the stages, and there's still a lot more stages to go, but I'm at that place where I got confidence now.
How difficult has been for you to put together your team and bring it to the next level?
You know, it's been difficult because I have tried putting a team together, and it's not really easy. I feel like somewhat I'm like a one-man team. I feel it's true because I don't have, well, I just kind of got a producer from the Caribbean by the name of Marshall, and his name is Murray Marshall, and I just got him about maybe a week ago. So it's still kind of fresh and new to me, but from then till now, it's just been me kind of just jumping over things because I have a high spirit and I don't take no for an answer. I'm kind of obnoxious sometimes because when I want something, I have to have that something. And if I don't have that something, I continue to go. And sometimes that kind of gets on people's nerves because you just don't take no for an answer. So I don't really have a team. I just have the strength and I have the Almighty God by my side.
I think that's very important what you said because you should never accept when somebody says no to you. So you, yes, as you said, you have to keep going. Even you have different situations, you have to always be focused what you want in life. And I really think what you are doing is wonderful because right now there is many girls and maybe they encounter different situations that they get discouraged. So they should never give up.
I don't think anybody should give up at all on anything that they try to do. I do think that some people are made kind of stronger than others, and they're able to deal with other circumstances than others. But I feel like if somebody's doing something and it's hard, they need to find a support group because sometimes a support group helps you and move you to that next level. But I don't think that you should ever quit. And if you're trying something and it doesn't work for you, it means that maybe that isn't exactly what is there for you, but that's part of your stepping stone to get to where you're going. So what you got to do is you got to step back and revamp and think of the next step. It doesn't mean quit because failure doesn't mean that you haven't succeeded. It just means you failed at the level where you're supposed to stop and now you have to elevate to the next level. So no, there's not such thing as failure. There's nothing as failure. You go to a certain point and then sometimes that is not what's there for you. It's just there to strengthen you. It's to take you over that hill. It's just like some people come into your life to love you. And some people come into your life to use you. And some people come into your life to elevate you to the next level. And other people come into your life for goodness, kindness. So we got to embrace everything that comes toward us. And we got to learn how to embrace it. And what I try to let people understand is if you sometime move back and take a whole leap of breath, to even the point where you feel like you're going to pass out. By the time you get to that level of feeling like you're going to pass out, you forgot about the problem that was affecting you. So now your mind is clear and you can move on. That's why they suggest that you take a lot of breath. So never, never give up. And never, no matter what you do in life, if it doesn't work, don't think that you failed. There's nothing. You can't fail. If you try it, it has to be a success. If you don't try it, then you have failed because you never know what it could have been.
And actually, it's a very good point you said because I think when something is not working, maybe for you or somebody else right now, it can help you to be stronger for the next level in the future.
Absolutely.
So I think, when we struggle with problems, we should take it as something is by the contrary, give you the strength to keep going and to achieve your goals. What do you hope to achieve in the future?
For me, I would love to, I want to change lives. I want to empower women. I want women that are sitting at home, that has been in a broken relationship or a broken marriage, sitting and think, you know what, I can't move. I can't get to the next level because they were the women that never worked. They were home with the children and taking care of the children and making home for the husband, and he was out there working. So now he's gone and she's stifled. She doesn't know which way to go, but I want those women to know that no, there's so much out there for you. You just got to get up and say to yourself, I can do it. And it's strange, but the more you look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are successful and that you're going to be successful and that you're going to go where you're going, you start to believe it. It's just like if you continue to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. If you do that over a certain amount of time, even if you don't believe you're beautiful, you're going to start to feel something. I want to empower lives. I want to make a difference in the world. I want to change things.
Thank you, Araceli. Yeah, we have to go for a short break, but we will come back in a couple minutes. So we will continue with this topic. It's really interesting. Please just stay tuned. We will come back to Connection only here on Net Radio Online.
Thank you. have so much of you guys out there. I hope you're watching and listening.
This is amazing. Thank you very much for being here with us. And it's wonderful what you're doing on your TV show because in different ways you're going to change the mind of many girls. That they are discouraged, that they think that because, as you said before, they have a broken relationship, they cannot do anything. Or because they are single moms, they cannot do anything. So I think we have to bring out the strength that is inside from us, and to keep going with life.
It's true.
There is no excuse, to fail because there is no fail. So we just have to keep, trying and just give the best of us.
Well, yes, because you know what? Again, we're human. There's going to be good times and there's going to be bad times, right? And we just have to work through these emotions. I don't think we would learn what good was if we didn't have bad. We wouldn't have known that we're doing bad if there wasn't any good. And if there wasn't any good, we wouldn't know that we were doing bad. So they kind of, it's like a yin and yang. They balance your balance. You're in a balance. So once we learn the bad and then we learn what the good is, we try to focus on the good to elevate to the next level. That's just what life is. And as much as we want to sit here, if life was perfect, every single millionaire would be happy today. They wouldn't have any problem. If money was what saves life, millionaires wouldn't have any problems.
Wait a second.
Welcome back to the Radio 9, and this is your radio host, Hortensia, and we are in connection, and today we have Artemia. Well, as we were talking just a couple minutes ago, so we were talking about what do you hope to achieve in the future, and it's very interesting what you said. I would like to ask you, when have you been most satisfied in your life?
Can you repeat that question for me, please?
Yes, when have you been most satisfied in your life?
When have I been the most satisfied in my life? It's a strange question that you asked that. Wow. That's an amazing question. I am one of, and I want to be truthful. So, I am the worst unsatisfied woman I used to be. Nothing pleased me. And I'm still kind of at that point. I am. But I found love in something. I remembered my husband asked me, "What do you like?" I'd never been able to answer him. And it scared him because he said, "You married me and you don't know what you like." But I really didn't know what I liked. And what I like is I love expressing myself. I love giving a piece of myself to every single individual in the world. I love giving something about me, and I hope every person that ever comes in contact with me or ever watches me take a good piece of me, because I feel like at the end of the day there's nothing left more than touching lives. So what do I like? What do I enjoy? I enjoy giving a piece of me to the world.
Yes, I think it's very important that you give back to your community. And I think at the same time you're empowering your own community, in different levels.
Yes.
Yes. Do you think that women feel intimidated in business?
Repeat that again. Do I think women?
Yes, feel intimidated in business.
Women are intimidated. Well, women are intimidated in business on a regular basis because we have the sexist, we have the racial discrimination, we have, there's so many different reasons, and the biggest one is sometimes it's a color thing. And unfortunately, it's sad and a lot of people don't like talking about it, but sometimes It's discrimination in color in the workplace. And sometimes it's sexist in the workplace. And it happens consistently. And people should report it at all times to make things better.
Yeah, you're right. But as you said before, you have to be positive and you have never to take a no for answer. By the contrary, take it to give you the strength to achieve wherever you want. And like right now, you are doing a great job with your TV show. Can you tell me a little bit more about your project?
About my project?
Yes, about the TV show.
Well, the TV show is based on it's patois, so it's the language that the Jamaicans speak, and we're bringing our experience and our cultures and our style, our fashion, our dancing, our food into the homes of millions of Canadians. And with saying that, I feel that sometimes there is a slight stereotype when it comes to the Caribbean and when it comes to patois. And what I did was I took that and I put it on a different level. And what I meant by that is when people hear the word patois or they hear the word Jamaicans or Caribbean sometimes, it's kind of stereotyped. So what I did was I took all the politicians and I elevated the patois show into a different level. So what I show them that is be speaking patois and having a patois show or being from Jamaica or from the Caribbean does not limit you. There's no limitation to as high as you can rise. So that is what the show is about. And we inform people of different things, cultures, politicians. There's a lot like Mir Ninji I had on my show, and he's East Indian, and it shows that multicultural people can get to that level in their lives. And we have all different walks of people, of politicians coming on the shows, as well as artists, singers, restaurants, food, and everything we showcase. And we try to show them that it's not a color thing. It's an education thing.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think for Canada right now, it's really important to understand that it's a multicultural country. So basically, it's very impressive what you are doing right now because now you are not only focused to the African community, but to the different minority groups.
Yes.
To show that they can achieve and be successful in any field they want as long as they keep the positive or a positive mentality.
And what you have to apply yourself, right? It's good to be positive, but if you're not educating yourself and if you're not applying these things, then it makes things different. So positivity is fantastic and wonderful, but we need to apply ourselves as well. And we need to educate ourselves. It's a huge thing. Education is large.
Yes. What advice would you give to young women who want to succeed in business?
You know what? It's again, I think about 70% of us who graduates in a certain subject never usually use that. We go to university and we usually do. Some people do. I lucked out that I graduate in business and I end up doing business. But I feel that any young lady that wants to do business, educate yourself. You have to educate yourself because I think 70 to 80% of business that fails is because we did not understand the concept of business. We did not understand the rules that we needed to keep the business longevity. Not that we weren't smart enough, but we didn't understand the concept to run the business. So I would say go to business school, learn your numbers. You know, learn your location. Just learn things because there's so much involved in running a business.
Asia, tell me, how do you balance your work life with your personal life? You know, you have 5 business, you have your TV show, you have your Facebook TV show as well. So tell me, how do you manage all this?
Sometimes it's overwhelming, and it was chaotic for me because this is all new to me. I've only been doing this for 9 months, so it's chaotic for me as well. But what I try to do is I try to make a couple days at home for my family, and I try to stay in my store and try to focus on it a little bit, and I try not to slip. But there's times that I slip, and I just have to catch myself. So mostly it's patient. You have to be very patient and very grounded. You have to be grounded, because if you're not grounded, you lose track. You absolutely will lose track. And you will lose home as well. You'll lose your business. And then no matter what's going on, you still need to keep your finance active, because you still got to eat and pay your bills.
Yeah, you're right. Well, with your family, because your family has been with you through all this journey with you. So now that you are successful, how has been or has this changed the mentality of your family and yourself?
Well, my family, nothing changes them. I'm still who I am to them. And my husband is really humble. So he doesn't see, I mean, I'm sure he's proud, but he doesn't treat me different, or I don't see the difference. And my family continue to do the things that they did when I was Althea, because I'm still Althea. I don't feel any different. I don't see the rave that everybody's seeing, right? So it hasn't changed me, and I'm hoping that it doesn't change me, because I feel that if it changed me, it will change what I stand for.
Yes, and something that I really like from you is like you have this positive attitude. You are really active, and you like to take it. It doesn't matter what comes to you. You say, "I'm gonna do it. I'm not taking this for an answer, and I'm gonna succeed." Do you want to share how do you change your mentality to focus yourself, or any tip that you want to give? Because sometimes I think it's very important, and I think it's sometimes not easy. And let's talk a little bit about women that obviously, as you said before, they are, I don't know, single moms, or maybe they are going through a difficult situation. How to overcome and change the mentality to say, no, I can do it. Nothing is going to stop me. I can be a single mom. Maybe I'm unemployed for the moment. At the moment, how to change that mentality to say, no, I will succeed.
You know what? And I thought about that a lot of times, because I've been in that position where I didn't see me succeeding. I didn't see me moving anywhere. I didn't see any changes. And those are natural human feelings. Nobody can say they've never seen that. You've always seen it. To be the way that I'm getting to, because I still have a long way to go, I think it has to be, it's a growth. You have to grow into it. Some people get angry because they said, this is not happening. It's taken so long. And then I start this positive journey, and then I relapse, and here I am again. I don't care about nothing. But that's okay. That's part of the journey. You are going to relapse, and you're going to move forward. And all the struggles in your life is what brings you to this stage. Because I've been through struggles. I mean, bad struggles. But I knew, yeah, it's true. But I didn't know. I thought there was no end to it. Like, some of the struggle I went through, I thought I was going to die. I felt like I couldn't breathe. But you know what? I overcome them every single time. So that made me stronger and made me more positive, because I know nothing lasts forever. Only eternal life. So, yes, I hurt today. I need to breathe it off, and I need to pray. And that is where that spiritual effect comes. You have to have a being through your whole body, because if you don't have it, you will not be able to focus. You need to have a spiritual moment, and that is what guides you. You can't run away from problems and issues and tears, just like we can't run away from death. But the pain of death never lasts forever. You have to remember, today you're on your knees crying, but by The next day it gets a tiny bit easier, and the next day, and the next day. So you reassure yourself to know that pain doesn't last forever. It is not going to stay. And if you understand and know those things, you know that there's a better day ahead. So you use that as your guideline to know if this didn't work today, breathe it off, cry it off, stamp it off, run it off, whatever you need to use to survive. You need to do it. And then once you do it, release it. It's not going to come back. You just got to live for this moment that you're in. Because if you don't live for this moment that you're in, you're going to run into trouble. If you're here today and you're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, you're in trouble. Because you know what? Tomorrow may never come. Nothing in life is guaranteed. So live your best today. Give the best advice. Help anybody that asks you to a certain extent. If you can help, help. If you can't help, that's honestly, you can't help and you move on. Give a pat. Say hi. Do something today. Don't wait for tomorrow to regret. And that's what a lot of us do. We're all starting to worry about, oh my God, I don't have the money today. What am I going to do? You know what? That's okay. That spiritual being is what's going to help you to pray and ask for better. But you have to remember that sometimes tomorrow doesn't come. And you gave up your moment for this second. You stopped living this second because you were worrying about something that wasn't here. We got to remember these things. And those things make you stronger. Those are the things that you need to know.
Yes, I think I always would say don't let nobody to tell you that your goals are unrealistic, that your dreams are not achievable, or somebody to tell you sit down and be quiet. We should never let nobody to tell that to us because we have to just be positive and be focused what we want in life. We have to go for a short break. At the end, we will be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Atia.
You're very welcome.
Very lovely to have you here in the show.
Fantastic to be here on this show. I feel amazing.
Thank you for sharing your experience, your personal experience. I think it's really important. Many girls, they think that maybe it's unrealistic, that they cannot be successful. But I think sometimes they just need to find the courage that they have in themselves. So it's only find the way, only to have a couple minutes and to really understand what they want in life.
And to me, I think that's a support group, because you know what, you have a lot of people that come into Canada. Well, not just Canada, but I'm going to use Canada as an example. And some of them they don't speak proper English, so they don't know where to go and get this, and they don't know where to go and get that. And some of them get scared to ask. But if they had a support group, it would make them move a little, you know what I mean? And they wouldn't feel so uneasy. They wouldn't feel so like they're in a world by themselves. And when people feel alienated and they feel by themselves, that's when the problem comes.
Welcome back to Net Radio 9, and this is Connection. I'm your radio host, Hortensia Moreno, and today we are talking with Atia. Thank you for sharing all your experience with us.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Thank you for having your journey
Thank you.
to a successful woman. And I really appreciate that we're sharing everything around the world. So we were talking how important it is for us to never let nobody, stop us what we want to achieve in life.
Again, you know what? We have to ensure everybody that if you're not dreaming, you're not alive. There's no dreams that is bad or wrong. Dreams are dream, and we're all made up of dreams. And the day that you stop dreaming is the day when you're dead. So never let anybody take your dreams away. You continue to dream until you can't dream no more. Because if you stop dreaming, you stop moving.
What have you learned about leadership, entrepreneurship, at the same time when you are mentoring others?
You know what I learned about leadership is you have to learn to forgive. You have to be put in situations of uncomfortableness. And when you are in that situation of uncomfortableness, you have to, as the leader, you have to be the one to apologize. You have to be the one to make the sacrifice. You have to make the change as a leader. You have to set.
If you that we recognize that what you are saying, I think it's very important.
Yes, you have to be able to forgive, and you have to be able to take most of the flack, most of the thoughts, everything that's thrown at you, whether it's good, positive, or negative. You have to be the one to set the example, because in order to lead, you have to be able to set examples. You cannot lead if you can't set examples.
Yes. So now that we were talking a little bit of everything, life, your personal life, business, now you have your TV show. What do you really what do you enjoy when you are on the TV show?
What do I enjoy? I enjoy when I connect with I enjoy when I connect with the guest. When I connect and everybody's laughing and they have that comfortableness. You know, I did David Shepherd, who is the MLA of Edmonton Center, and he had when I was interviewing him, he had the most uncomfortable way about him, and when he spoke like a politician, like, you know, I'm asking questions so we can just loosen up and relax, and the way that he answered me was like, and if I was set. So it was like he's reading from a script. And, you know, I had to say, whoa, 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 whoa. Back up, back up. You're making me feel uncomfortable here. Let's relax a little. And as I said that to him, and as he noticed that I noticed that he was uncomfortable, I started talking to him in Caribbean. So I said to him, you know what Jamaican favorite dish is? You can't tell me Jamaican favorite dish? And, you know, I loosened him up and I told him how to say Jamaican's favorite dish, and he loosened up. And once he loosened up, he had a tattoo on his hand. And we started talking about the tattoo, and we're all getting into it, and he's laughing, we're relaxing. And I realized that thing that he had where he's pushed everybody off, standoff, was because he also has some sort of a nervous issue. And we end up talking about that in the show, which kind of brought him out of his content, and he was okay. So for me, is when I can get into you and have you relax. You know, that's what does it for me, to have you relax.
Yeah, I think that's very important what you're saying right now. I watched a couple of your videos, and it's really, how can I say, really you make somebody relax when they are watching you. It's very positive, and the way you are talking to the public is really, really interesting and unique. I think when you get sit down and start laughing and in one way feel, as you said, relax, I think you can touch the human being.
Absolutely. So it's like when you take them out of their content. When you can take your guests out of their content, then you would have done your job.
Yeah, I think that's the most important, because I think at the end we are human, and the most important is sharing our experience, because our experience can help different people in different circumstances, and I think that's very, very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, you know, because I think, as you said, once you touch the human, they really go they
Yes.
really gonna share with this passion. Uh, I don't know, so they can, when you share something that you're feeling, that you, the audience, can feel it too.
Absolutely. And it makes for other people that are watching to be intrigued and interested. It just
Well,
brings us together.
well, I hope I'm making you feel comfortable today.
Oh, I feel absolutely fantastic. I feel fabulous.
Yes, this is amazing. We're gonna put a little bit spicy of Mexican spicy here.
Oh, absolutely. Mexican spice is always good. Any little bit of spice works for me.
I think there is many things that we really share with our culture. I think this is really, really important. And I really enjoy. I think, having this experience between us and having the food, listening of this, I think it's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Come on, I would like to share a little bit more about you have your business for, you mentioned before, you have my business, but you didn't mention what kind of business you have.
Well, I've had hair salons, answering service. I've had a restaurant, salon, and a restaurant. So I've had several salons, one restaurant, and an answering service.
Oh my God. Tell me how do you manage to open one business and another business, and they are totally different, a salon to going to a restaurant.
Well, you know what had happened was, I moved away to Ontario with my children, and then they wanted to come back to Alberta to their grandma where the family lived. So I decided I had to come back because that's what they wanted. They weren't happy in Ontario at all. But I decided I didn't want to come back here and work for anybody. I hate working for people. That is what I decided. So I called my sister and I said to my sister, Barb, I want to open a little business and I'm going to send you some money. Find me a spot. And she said to me, what do you mean find your spot? Are you crazy? So, I mean, like I said, I'm so impulsive sometimes, a very impulsive person. So I sent her some money and I told her where I wanted to look. So the next thing you know, she found me a little 300 square foot place on 8th Avenue Southeast. And at the time when I went into this place, it's a funny story. I came back, I bought a whole bunch of hair products from Toronto and just lots. And I came back and it was a little tiny room, just this little place. So it was okay. I put shelves in and stuff and it was good enough for me. And I put my products up on the shelves and, and get ready. My kids moved back home and we were here and I got my little store open. So I remember the first day that I opened, I'm sitting there and nobody's coming in. And I'm ready to cry, like, hours, 1 hour go, 2 hours go, 3 hours go. I didn't sell anything, like I'm ready to rip my hair out. What is going on? I got products, but I remember some black lady walks in and she asked for the Blue Magic hair oil. So I remembered it because it was Blue Magic. And she bought it. I will never get it. It was $5. And she gave me the $5 bill. And oh my God, I was ecstatic. Like that $500 was like $1,000,000 to me. That's what it felt like. And you know what? After about 8 months, I decided I wanted to cut hair and do nails. So I got one nail table in there. And then I got one Asian nail guy. I'll never forget him. And he did his thing and we were there. And I wanted a bigger place. So I moved into a place that down the street, that in a hotel called the TNC Hotel on 17th Avenue. And when I moved in there, it was 800 square feet. And then I started putting hair in there, and I put nails in there, and there was tanning beds in there, so I had 2 tanning beds. And then I continued to work for a year, and then all of a sudden there was a restaurant in that hotel, and they were giving the restaurant to someone, and they said, Althea, the owner, Mr. Shimko, Althea, you're doing such a good job. Would you like to take the restaurant? Crazy me. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll take the restaurant. So that's how I end up with my restaurant. Then I end up with cooks. My mother used to make my soup. My sister used to do my books. My brother used to cook the food, and we continued to do that for a while. And then, I felt like I'm not seeing my kids. They're growing, and everything's taking me from different annual. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to find something that I can just do, and I don't have to be in there, and I can be with my children. So I used to cut a gentleman's hair. By this time, I went to school for all of this. While I was doing all this, I had to get my journeyman license. So I was doing hairdress. I was going to school, running the business, running the kids, everything all at once. And then there's a gentleman from the city that used to come in and get his hair cut. And I asked him, I want to open an answering service. How do I go about the license? Because that's what he does. He told me, and little did you know, I sold everything, restaurant, salon, and I did the answering service. And then it gave me, it was so much work. Like it was way more work than all the rest. So that was gone. And then I went to work for Danier Leather. So I worked for Danier Leather for 7 years. And I sold them over $6 million in leather, because that's what I do. I can talk. I will sell you anything. And then finally I said, if I can make this company this amount of money, why am I not making this money for myself? So there we go again with another plan. And that's how Different Trends was born. And it's been 11 years and I'm here today. So yeah, sometimes it's not even plans. It's just sometimes you just got to go get it.
Yeah, you have to do it, and you shouldn't be in one way thinking that it's not going to work. You have to always think something positive, and you have to do the best to make it work.
You
I
know,
don't know, it could be a business or I don't know, the school. So just keep being positive.
yes, you know what though? I remember I used to be really negative. You know how you get that time where everything is bad in your life, and even the mailman, you're sitting at home and the mailman is coming and you're ready to throw yourself off the couch. Oh my God, it's a bill. Oh, they're gonna cut something off. Oh, it's my credit card payment, and you just make up all these things in your mind. And the mind and the mouth is, people don't realize your mouth is the most powerful thing on your body. Because if you say it and you believe it, say it and believe it, it's going to happen. And it was always a bill. And I want to throw myself in a brick wall, Like I never saw positive. I wasn't. The way that I am today, I wasn't always that way. I worried about the mailbox. I worried about the bill. I worried about what it was. But you know what? I had to change it. I couldn't handle it. I felt like I was going crazy. Everything bad turned out bad. So I implement this. I said, okay, if everything that I think that is bad happens bad, what happened if I reversed it and start to think that everything is good and everything that's going to come in the mail is good? And I stopped worrying. So it's reverse psychology. You have to believe. You believe it and you say it and it works. Absolutely.
Thank you, your mentality. Like, okay, personally myself, I believe that if something didn't work or you felt something, don't take it like you felt or something against you. Just take it like that. I'm learning. It's part of the journey.
It is.
Every step to me. I believe that it's not fair in life. It's learning. Because we have learned everything.
Absolutely. I'll give you a scenario. Have you ever been in love with a boy? I know I have. And this boy is the worst boy for me. He is terrible. He is like no good, not at all. And God puts everything in your way for you to see that this man is no good. But you won't take it. You will not accept it. So you know what he has to do? He has to make this man throws you on the ground in a brick wall, almost with a car running over you, before you accept that this man isn't good.
We have to go for a short break, and this is Net Radio Online, and today we are with Asia and Hortensia Moreno, your radio host at Connection, the radio creator for you. Wonderful. Yeah, you're right. It's like
I can see you in Facebook right now.
Oh, you can see me? Yeah, we have some we have some folks out there, and I don't know. They're talking, but I can't even read it.
Nice. That's wonderful.
I hope you guys are tuning in and listening.
Yeah, you have to encourage the audience, to be positive. So we have to bring the best from us, as
You,
we say, and to give to everyone who is around us. It doesn't matter what problem is in our life. Just be positive with that. Yeah. I cannot see you, but okay, my CEO can see you.
can you see me? Yes, positivity. You know, the world has too much sadness. We need to change that. We need to uplift people. We need more love. That's what it is. That's just what it boils down to. We need more love. And I have so much love to give. Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, you're right.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so of course, as long as we, as you said, we share the best from us with everyone who's around us, is what makes the world better. We have
Absolutely.
the beauty of the world is multicultural, to be a multicultural place. So when you have people from around the world, that's the most amazing.
I mean, I said, okay. Have 10 minutes left.
Welcome back to Net Radio 9, and this is Connection, and today we are here with Asia. Thank you for being in the show, Asia.
You're quite welcome again.
I'm enjoying to be here talking about your experience and all the struggle that you went through to be where you are right now. Another thing I think is really important, as you said, you have love to give, love to share, and I think this is something very important.
Yes.
When you take it like in a positive way, is in the way you can show to everyone around you that you are never gonna give up, that you are not gonna take a no for an answer. That's something that you're doing a very good job, like moving from your hair salon, restaurant, now TV show.
Yes. And you know what? You can see you as the individual that's going through the dynamic changes in your life. You can look in the mirror and see the changes in you. You can notice it. You can even have pictures from back 6 months ago or 8 months ago, and you can look at the smile on your face. When the changes happen, the change happen within your skin, your hair, your neck. You can just see the changes happening, and it's good changes, because when it's good changes, you see the good things, and when it's bad changes, you see the bad things.
Yeah, talking about hair salon, maybe I should go there.
Yeah, changes aren't bad. Changes is good, and sometimes changes are necessary.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's very lovely sharing this night with you, and I think we have learned from each other at the same time to all the people that are listening right now. And I would like to thank you so much for being with us. And then I want to say thank you to our CEO, Harrison Great, that he has this initiative to bring this program connection, to bring successful people to show around the world. It doesn't matter where you come from.
No, it
The
doesn't.
only thing you have to never take an answer. Like if somebody say no to you, don't take it. If somebody say you cannot do it, don't accept it. Just keep going, and it's a very important, I think, idea that our CEO section leader this year that you already met. I think bringing this kind of show, maybe TV as your own show or radio show, it's really help to bring together our community. And the most important, learn, educate, that it doesn't matter your background, your culture. First of all, we
feel that loving each other is great, but if we're not loving ourselves, we're not capable of loving anyone else. And first and most, you must love yourself and ground yourself with the Almighty.
Yes, you're right. So I would like to say thank you to all our audience around the world. I want to say thank you, a special thank you to you. Asia, thank you for sharing your experience with us. And of course, this is Net Radio 9, and this is your radio host, Hortensia Moreno, and this is Connection. We will see you the next Friday.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's good. So that's good that we can see you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tia. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Anytime. You have very good big heart, very good idea.
Thank you. And I will see you guys September 2nd, hopefully.
Yes.
September what?
September 2nd.
September 2nd. September 2nd.
Yes, but I have are you coming? Because
No.
we have
They have an event.
I have an event, it's a Mexican forum here in downtown Vancouver on the same day.
Oh,
Is it? So what time is your event?
my event is 7 o'clock. 7 till...
After that one, because this one finished around 2 o'clock.
Okay, so then, I don't know how you... 2?
Yeah.
It's 11 hours. It's 11 hours from Vancouver.
No, I think it's right,
Well, then okay, there you go. You can fly and make it. So yes, I expect to see you. Well, I have you confirmed your invitation. So it's your turn to confirm your invitation. I would love to have you here to celebrate with me. It would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I
don't promise because I sponsor that big event with the radio station, but I really want to go. So I don't promise right now, but really,
I
really want to decide yes because I want to go. Yeah.
and I would have loved to come to that in Vancouver. It would have been great to come to that radio station and everything, but I cannot. I cannot come on the 2nd. It's so terrible that I cannot come on the 2nd. But any other that you have, I can come any other time, just not this time.
Wonderful. Maybe we can say about the week of the year.
Oh yeah, before the year end. Yeah.
The event.
Yeah. Oh, in November. November.
You have to book a day in November.
I'll let you know.
Okay, what happens and what's happening in November?
We will have a big celebration for the radio station plus a Mexican festival.
Wonderful. And that's in November?
November, yeah, it's 18, something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
we still
I'm still working on that.
Yeah, the date.
Okay, send me the information and I definitely will be there. And it was a pleasure, you guys.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Asia.
You're quite welcome. We'll see you soon.
Hello.
Well, I'll see you. Yes, I'll see you on the 2nd, and maybe not you, but it'll be great.
Wonderful, my dear. Have a wonderful night.
You too as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Whew. Whew. I'm tired. I'm hot. I'm finished. The interview's done. Bye, guys. See you later.